Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking about book 3 and 4 in the Reckless series, Destroy All Monsters and The Ghost in You. These were books that have been released, I want to say, over the last 6 months or so, and I've only really just got around to reading them both. It's been that long. Both obviously in the Reckless, the Ethan Reckless series. This series has just become one of my absolute favourites over the last kind of couple of years. It's so incredibly well written by was it Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips? I can't want to say Sean Brubaker. No, I'm just being stupid. By Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, and it's so well written that it's just really emotional. The last few pages, especially of that one, really had me kind of choked up a little bit for reasons I'm not going to spoil for anyone else. But it was, it was really, they were just, they're both incredibly well written. This one is, I can't remember where it's based, based around a politician with some dodgy real estate dealings. And this one is actually focused more on Anna. So Ethan is out at San Francisco, and Anna takes on a relatively famous client who lives in a house, and a house is haunted. Haunted. Yeah, I mean they're just so thrilling, and they're just so entertaining. These are detective stories. That's the whole point to them. And they are written exactly like they should be. These are sort of detective work-esque books, and not in the way that Batman's a detective story kind of book. He hardly ever does any kind of mystery solving. These are ones where they actually look at the evidence and solve things, and it's incredible. The art style as well from Sean Phillips is just it's just immaculate. I remember thinking it's not really quite to my liking when I got that first book, because it was a little rough. It looks more like the kind of hand drawn, and I really like the computer generated kind of art. You know, the stuff that can look kind of realistic, and not that cartoony. This is different. This is working with that kind of classic style that you'd expect from a book from the 70s and 80s, and it works really well because of it. It sets you up in that kind of that environment, and like I said, when you've got the art that is that good, and the writing is just absolutely exemplary by Ed Brubaker, there is not much you can say other than flawless and perfection. These are books that they are taking their time working on, and it's completely clear and obvious. There's not a flaw in the book from a written perspective and from an artistic perspective. They're works of art, really. I mean, they're coming out every 3-4 months, I want to say. And the fact that they're bringing out a book that's 150 or so pages, that's just incredible. They're clearly incredibly hard workers. When you've got other books that are struggling to get things out month after month, and then you've got these guys that are putting together quite a comprehensive story every 3 months or so, that says a lot. It really does. And if there is anyone that's sort of a fan of these, I would highly recommend for anyone to check out That Texas Blood and Newburn. Both actually done by Jacob Phillips, who is the son of Sean Phillips. And I believe Jacob does the artwork for these as well, the colours for these as well. And they're all along the same kind of lines, that kind of like detective story. Different in terms of the eras that they're working with, But me personally, I'm someone that's kind of very fond of that kind of classic nostalgic 80s, and this hits that kind of perfectly. So these are always a joy to read when they come out, and I'm really looking forward to book number 5 when that comes out in October, which will be, in timeline wise, exactly the same as this one, to do with Ethan, where Ethan is at the time that Anna's dealing with this haunted house. But guys, I cannot recommend these books in this series enough. It is just fantastic. If you have read any of the Reckless books, please let me know what you guys think about about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, because it really does help me out. And I'll see you all in the next video.